All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Week 1 Tailgate NFL Pregame Party. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and of course I am joined as usual by the usual suspects. Highlander is busy in the studio with Sharkin' for Pearls this morning. He's in the lab, as he calls it. So he told us to have a great show, and he'll be back next week. He got up early and decided to do his music today. But joining us as usual is Knock. How are you doing, man? Good to see you.
Good. Middle of football weekend. It's always good.
Yeah, he's Grand Admiral Thrawn of the show. He's ready to go, man. He's ready to tell us all about the college football and all that good stuff. I'm sure he was I know he was having a ball yesterday. He friggin' texted me a picture of his 2 TVs. He had 4 things going on. What was the fourth thing on that TV on the right, though? It wasn't a football game.
Yeah, I had 8 things going. And, well, not including my phone, which had a smaller game going on. But it was Legend of Zorro.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, after all the games I cared about weren't, blowouts. I don't watch blowouts, so unless it's my team doing it, right?
Right.
So,
right. That's the only reason to watch a blowout. If your team's doing it.
A lot of these games I didn't watch, but the ones that were great, I watched until they became, not great. Well, became blowouts later in the second half or something like that. I would find something else to watch, and there was that. I did it again in the second slate of games. Hunger Games was So I watched a little bit of the beginning of Hunger Games until I found another game to watch started. So.
Well, it's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're excited. We're all excited because this is our time of year, man. It's our favorite sport, and we dig it. John, representing, even though we had a stumble on Friday down in Brazil, you're still representing. I like that because being a Seahawks fan, I'm used to being on the wrong end of the score, and you still got to represent your team, right? No doubt.
If you're a fan, you're a fan, whether it's good or bad.
That's right. That's right. You can't be a fair weather fan, or you're not really a fan, if you ask me, man. You're just a front runner, what I like to call a front runner. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's good to see you guys. I hope you're having a good. What's that, bud? I'm sorry.
I forgot to switch the avatar.
Oh, okay. There you go. I was fixing to say, man. Representing Star Wars is cool on Wednesday, but it's time for the Bronco to come out today, isn't it? Shit. Let's see who's here. Oh, man, check out who is the first in the door today. He hadn't been first in a while, but it's good to see him. No, his name is not Fuck Headquarters 2005. He has a name, and it is.
There are some who call me Tim.
And, of course, he's not one to let me get away with anything. 1 minute after the show was supposed to start and I wasn't ready, he's like, get on with it. Get on with it.
I don't know. I think someone's getting a little needy.
Right? I have the day off. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know my pronouns. Oh, my God. You're too much, man. Let's see. Keely Chow is here as well. His Alabama Crimson Tide played Saturday, I think. Didn't they? No, or maybe they had the day off. I'm not sure. I didn't see any Alabama score. Did you know? Well, Knock will let us know. But he is a Crimson Tide fan, and it's good to see him, man. He's down there saying, roll Tide, man. Look at this. I've already got to get rid of somebody over on Kick. Good Lord. Wow. Keely Chow has a question, though. Hunger Games, the Oprah Winfrey Show. That's funny. Question: What's the difference between Star Wars and the Dallas Cowboys? Answer: The Cowboys are still a boy brand. Good Lord, man. That's fucked up, dude.
Hey, if CeeDee Lamb could catch a few balls, they might have.
Oh my God. Yeah, we'll get into that when we get there. We've got a lot to talk about, folks. Just with the first two games, we got a lot to talk about. It's ridiculous. But we're going to start, as we always do, with the college football report from our man, Knock. Go, man. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so the first game, we'll start with Friday night, which was Boise State starting to get off the weekend after getting trounced by South Florida last week. They came back, beat a little FCS school, but get their confidence back.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah.
Louisville took care of JMU. Let's see. Okay, Maryland's undefeated.
Wow, the Terps. Look out. Mm-hmm.
They beat Northern Illinois, so nothing special. So then we go into Saturday. Well, Grambling.
Oh my God! I hope Grambling made a bunch of money for that trip. Good Lord.
It's funny. I don't know if you guys saw the interview, but they were talking about the head coach of Grambling before went on there.
No.
And they were asking questions about Ohio. He's like, you know what? They have a great band. I think we're gonna have a band off. He kept it real. Like he knew what was gonna happen. He knew. So.
It was great that he mentioned the band, though, because if you don't know about Grambling's band, guys, just look up the Southern Classic. Even it's when every year Grambling plays Southern Louisiana University, and they're two African-American schools, and the band contest at the halftime is worth just watching the whole game for. It is something else. Those two bands are great. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I didn't watch any of this game. There was no point.
There was no point in watching
it. No point there. LSU, Louisiana Tech.
Another one from up here. Yeah, Rustin.
70. Okay, so I give props to Louisiana.
My
Tech.
brother was texting me during this game, and he said their defense came to play. They held them to field goals a lot in the red zone. He was very disappointed in LSU's offense not being able to score when they got down in there. Give it to LA Tech. They actually slowed them down. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Georgia. I mean, they didn't score as much either. A touchdown a quarter.
Yeah.
But FCS again. Miami, FCS, Oregon destroyed Oklahoma State. My goodness.
Which is a beautiful thing if you're an Oklahoma fan, because it's a beautiful thing. We don't like the Cowboys at all
for sure.
Yep.
What's that guy's name? The quarterback for Texas.
I call him the Ferengi. That's what I call him. But
I guess that's his name. Well, he got a little bit of redemption here. I mean,
he didn't look good early though. It was funny. I was hoping,
Yeah, first couple of drives. Yeah, it was tough, but he came around. He has some big plays, so good for them.
This was a fun game. Adopted.
I watched this game.
Still saying he's adopted. That's great.
Troy and Clemson, and wow, Troy had him on the ropes.
Yes, no doubt.
If
you watch the highlights,
they were actually up 16-0, but they just couldn't get anything. Zero offense on the second half. They just couldn't score, and that you
didn't their defense get a score? They batted a ball up in the air.
They were like on the 3-yard line, and he batted it himself, I believe. And then did a little spin move into the end zone. That made
you wonder why teams get conservative with their backs to the goal line. That's why that grenade waiting to go off right there. They batted a ball, and I think the guy that batted it actually caught it. And
that's what I just said. Yeah,
fell in the end zone.
He did it to himself. Clemson barely escaped. Almost went 0-2 to start the season.
I would have laughed my ass off.
Yeah, I was going for the team. So this game was delayed for 12 hours, but they eventually played. There was a lot of delayed games yesterday. A lot of weather.
Yeah,
delays.
the East Coast had a lot of lightning delays. Yep.
So yeah, another FCS. Nothing there. This was this was closer in the first 2.5 quarters than the score indicates. It really kind of just fell apart. 2 turnovers crushed them, especially in the second half. So, but this was a really good game until Illinois started running away with it. But yeah, Illinois, it could be a top 10 team here soon. So good for them. This was a really good game. I actually missed the ending of it, which is sad because it ended on a game-winning touchdown, 58-yard touchdown.
Wow.
But to start out, Mississippi State was up 17-0.
Yeah.
And then they just didn't do a whole lot in the second half. Arizona clawed their way back, took the lead. And then 30 seconds left. I don't know what the defense was. I guess they were going for pressure rather than prevent, and they had one-on-one on the outside, and the guy just came to the inside. There were no safeties anywhere close by. And, yeah, wide receiver just went inside and took it for
wow.
touchdown.
That's awesome, man.
So,
but look, Mississippi State, don't ever go into a game with them half-hearted because they will rip your guts out. They're a tough football team. They really are, man. You should. I highly recommend watching the game between them and Ole Miss every year. It's really, really good. Go ahead.
Yeah. This one was very fun to watch. I did watch this one all the way through. South Florida pulls the upset over Florida.
Did I hear correctly? Did a Grammatica win this game for him?
It was a field goal kicker. Yeah, he was that was the game-winning field goal. And again, you know what kept their drive alive, Joe? A defender spitting on another player.
No. What is with these guys?
Kept the drive alive, and they went down to win the field goal. They were like, it was a chip shot field goal too because they easily went down the field in that lap with the help of a spit.
With the help of a spit.
So South Florida, if they're not ranked this week, it's a crime because they destroyed ranked Boise State last week.
Yes, they did.
They just beat an SEC team in their home. This was in Florida. I mean,
they need to be ranked this week. We find out Monday.
And then they play
Monday late.
Tuesdays.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, you're right. Monday. You're right. Mondays. But they play Miami next week, unfortunately, for South Florida. So they had a gauntlet, and they're two. I mean, even if they lose that one, 2 out of 3 in that stretch of 3 ranked teams,
right?
That's pretty good. So this is definitely they're turning in with them, and probably Tulane are probably at the top right now at the moment. It's really early on, obviously, for that group of 5 spot. So yeah, even if they lose Miami, they still are probably leading that charge just because of what they've done right.
Cool.
Florida State, 77 points. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
And your game of the week, it was pretty much the game of the week. It was the highest ranked.
Well, yeah, the highest ranked teams going against each other. Yeah.
There was a lot of pushovers this week, but this game was boring. Just watching Michigan on offense, it's almost as bad as Iowa. Oh, wait, it was as bad as Iowa because they both scored 13 points this week.
Yeah.
So it's just, I kept seeing a lot of people talking about Bryce Underwood. They did a lot of exposés on him, and I was like, okay.
Look, I tell you, the worst thing in the world, real quick, Knock, is to have to sit there and watch your team winning and listen to Herbstreit, who is a Big Ten homer, sit there and suck the yang of the team that's losing. It's just, it's horrific, man. But anyway, go ahead.
Story,
yeah, everybody was talking about this guy, and he can't hit the broadside of a barn. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I had this game on.
Before we get away from that, I love what Oklahoma did in the portal. It's like having Baker Mayfield back under center. This guy is high energy. He's got to work on putting air under the ball, but he's got a whip of an arm. He throws kind of like Bernie Kosar. I saw him throw a lot between defenders and stuff. He's got that sidearm sling. But I like Mateer. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see how Oklahoma does. This is a good win for them.
Yep.
So they'll definitely jump up about 5-6 spots for sure in the rankings, if not more. Yep. Iowa State barely pulls one out. This is a very boring game to watch. I had it on, but it was so boring. Nothing really happened. I would say.
It's Iowa. What do you want, bro? They grow corn. That's what
I think they lost their tight end on the first series, and then I guess that was their whole offense was one guy. So I don't know. But Iowa State's still undefeated in the Big 12. So
Yep.
well, just
There
in
you
general.
Are they going to be the Indiana of this year and come out of nowhere and just?
I mean, not out of nowhere. They went undefeated really far into last season, so I'm not going to say out of nowhere for sure. They're just going to be in the mix, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I wasn't really watching the Michigan and Oklahoma game was because this game was very fun to watch. Baylor.
Yes, watch that one beginning to end. Yes. Mm-hmm.
This was a very fun game, and SMU had this. This was theirs to lose, and their defense choked, and the offense just couldn't do anything. And Baylor took this one in overtime.
Good to see you, Gridiron Masters. Yeah, I watched most of that one. I had to miss the second half because I had something to do. But when I turned it back on, there was 9 seconds left, and SMU was going for that go ahead field goal and blew it. Yep. And it was amazing. Overtime.
He missed twice because they would have
missed an overtime too. Yeah, and that's what cost them. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good win for Baylor because that guy's on the hot seat, man. He is the head coach of Baylor, no doubt.
A&M beat Utah. Big deal.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I always think Texas A&M always gets more.
There's a lot of rich guys that go to A&M. A lot of them. And they always get overhyped. You're absolutely correct. They do. Sorry, Aggies fans. I have no respect.
Yep. Wide open guys, too. Indiana, of course, doing what the Indiana does against bad teams. But no surprise there. Texas Tech, same thing against Kent State. Kent State's definitely one of the worst teams ever. I saw a clip of their center like through the third quarter. The center, I guess the quarterback was in shotgun, right? And the center put the ball behind him as if he was under center, and so the ball just stayed where it was. Pretty much. And then everybody was like, the whole offense was playing like the play was still going, and then finally, and the defenders were going after the quarterback, and then finally, one of the defenders turned around and saw the ball was just sitting there right next to the center. That was the epitome of Kent State football. Was the caption.
Man, that's bad.
Yeah. Utah, another team that did really good first week, but they had another easy one there. So that was the top 25. So just kind of going into the other games, Minnesota's still undefeated. This was another game that was very fun.
Yeah, my brother was watching that one. It was back and forth.
Yeah, such a good game. But NC State 21 points in the third quarter, and then it was just nothing in the fourth quarter. But very fun game to watch for sure. Let's see, Pittsburgh. Let's see. This one was fun to watch too. UConn and Syracuse. This is the one I was watching on my phone. UConn did pretty. I think they won 9 games last year. So UConn's not a terrible team, but Syracuse and the Big Ten.
They're a basketball school.
Yeah. So, but still, not a bad football team right now. So and they're still independent. But and after the game, Syracuse head coach made them do sprints on the field, because he was not happy that they went to overtime with UConn. That was the story with these guys. Jacksonville State and Liberty. I like my small schools, and Jacksonville State getting the win. I watched this game. This was a fun game. Another one that kind of got. I think this one was delayed for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. But this was a fun game. Let's see here. If you guys see anything we'll just skip over this one.
I'm looking. There it is.
I'm kidding. This was a fun game for sure to start out with, but Missouri pulled away.
You still in love with that end zone, man? No, that's right. No, they played Missouri.
That was the problem, Joe. Yeah. They weren't there. No, you're right. I'm big on this. And early on, 21 points in the first quarter. It was looking like
what happened there, John? What the hell is going on there?
Slow start.
Slow start for sure. But they clawed their way back, and then they took the lead. And then just huge runs for touchdowns. Huge, 65-yard runs. Gashed them on the ground. I think I saw something like 260 yards to 3 rushing yards or something like that for Kansas. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But they weren't at home. That's what it was, Joe. Kansas wasn't at home, so you couldn't see those beautiful end zones. I still think Kansas is going to have a good day. The good thing is that this isn't a conference game, so that's the great thing about these games at the beginning, is that they're not conference.
That's an old rivalry from the Big 12 right there. That's always a fun game.
That's the border war.
Yep.
So that was a good one. Fresno State.
I watched this game.
Yeah,
I watched
pretty
this
fun.
One. Yeah.
I watched more like the second half once I saw how somewhat close it was. So, but Fresno State ran away with it. It was fun.
Did you happen to see the interview with the coach when he was leaving the field at the end of the first half?
No, I mean, I saw it, but I didn't have the volume. I have to switch between 8 different games, so I don't watch those.
If you guys don't know this, CW is covering the ACC now,
they're doing,
and it's great. It gives you options. I was flipping between games, but I was mainly staying on this one because it was a good game. But Oregon State's fuck-ups on frickin' special teams pissed that coach off so bad that when she was interviewing him, he said, yeah, we've got to tighten up some things, offense, defense, special teams, fucking joke. He actually said that on air.
I think I did see a clip of that.
Right? And immediately the announcers are apologizing for his language, and they did. And when they went back to the studio covering the games, they did it again. CW was just falling all over themselves trying to apologize for the coach losing his mind. And my brother texted me. He goes, "I love it. I love the passion he's showing. Hell with that show."
If anything, that's probably going to help CW's ratings,
right?
You can't say that, right? They can't.
You're not supposed to say that on air, no.
Right.
If they have a chance to do it, they'll bleep it out. Every once in a while, you'll see the sound go out in games. Sometimes that's because the mic is so close to a player, and they've got it on a little bit of a delay, and so they will bleep it out if they can. You know what I mean? And they just didn't catch that one, man. Wow, it was bad. But he was mad. He was really mad, and it was true. Oregon State's friggin' special teams they were the reason why they lost. That's just all there is to it. It was bad. What had happened was their long snapper, who had just this poor guy, he's just reeling from the punches. He had just beat cancer in the offseason. And last week's game, he got hurt. Well, the backup, it doesn't get much playing time, and he was messing up the whole game. They were going for 2 every time because they couldn't get a field goal kick made because of the snaps. You know what I mean? And when they did get a good snap on a punt one time, the punter wasn't paying attention, and the ball went got out of his hands, and he kicked it towards the sidelines, right? He actually put his foot on it, and it only went like 10 yards, and the one of the defenders picked it up and took it right up the sideline for a touchdown. I mean, they were the complete reason why they lost. It was amazing to watch because that quarterback, I like that guy for Oregon State. He's pretty good. He was playing well, but he didn't deserve the support he was getting for special teams at all. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So Georgia Tech, another one of the drummings. Cincinnati takes out Bowling Green. Let's see. Colorado, yay, they're going to win. Yeah. Let's see here. I did watch this game, a good portion of this game. Texas State, and this one, another one that got delayed for a while.
Okay.
But this was a fun. I'm digging Texas State this year, so I'm definitely going to be watching their games. Navy gets a good win. This was a back and forth at the beginning.
Academy watch.
Yeah,
Navy.
Yeah. Navy's not looking too bad. They want a playoff berth too, so they're gonna have their chance. So this is a fun game. North Texas gets a win. It was a close one. I didn't actually watch this game. I'm gonna go back to the highlights, but Western Michigan, they didn't go away. So they actually were up at one point, and North Texas to come back. So not a bad game there. Let's see here. This was a fantastic game.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not my offensive wise, but just like because there was several upset alerts yesterday, right? Clemson almost losing. USF did lose, and then Ohio, beat West Virginia. The whole 3 of those games were going on at the same time, and I'm watching all 3 of them. Like, I want these upsets. I love upsets. So yeah, Ohio made their MAC championship. They're not a bad team at all. They almost won their game last week. Who did they play? Rutgers, which is big. Rutgers not crazy, but they're still Big Ten. So Ohio's not messing around. And they play Ohio State next week, unfortunately.
Oops.
Yeah. There. Let's see. So this was. I'm always looking for an upset and a group of 5 beating an powered group team is always fun. Let's see. Going real quick. I don't think there's a whole lot more for this. Unless you guys see something.
No. I think you could probably get to the upcoming games.
I think there was one more.
Of course, wait. Let's stop at the coolest logo in College
East
football?
Carolina.
Yeah. Eastern Carolina. Who is Campbell? What the hell?
I don't know. Yeah.
Campbell
The
Camels.
Campbell Camels. Yeah, I don't
Right.
know. I did want to. So this was a fun game to watch. Army
K-State.
taking out Kansas State. Little
There we
redemption
go.
tour for
Academy
for
watch.
Army there.
What's
Yeah,
up?
little redemption. They shut them out in the fourth quarter, Kansas State. So I think they had a turnover. Yeah, not Avery's. I think it's Avery. I think the quarterback for Kansas State. He did not have a good day. Let's see here. Memphis, Tulane. This was actually a really good game too.
Danny was watching that one too. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, good old Tulane, definitely. And South Alabama, they're in the Sun Belt, so they watch out for them. I think who was it? I think it was like they played. Can't remember if it was South Carolina or somebody. They put 50 points on somebody last year. I remember that. That was crazy. Long Island University beat up Eastern Michigan. So FCS beating an FBS team. Just Eastern Michigan.
Didn't they lose to somebody last week horribly? And this week they're beating Eastern
Florida.
Michigan.
Yeah, it was Florida.
Yeah, it was Florida. They got smoked and they come back. Good for them. Way to go. Yeah.
Let's see. This was actually a really good game until Vanderbilt ran away with it. Vanderbilt over Virginia Tech. So watch out for Vanderbilt.
What the hell has happened to Virginia Tech, man?
I don't know. They've actually played some good games, but yeah, in the second half they just completely whiffed. I don't know. It was crazy. I actually stopped watching after the second half, but because I was watching some other games. But yeah, I came back to it and like, oh my God, Vanderbilt's way up. Let's see. Boston College and Michigan State. This was a fantastic game. This was one of those back and forths. It went all the way into overtime, where Michigan got the 2-point conversion after Boston College failed to get the 2-point conversion in second overtime. So this was actually a really good game. Let's see. Just want to check. And of course, to me, UCLA is this year's Florida State, just because of the stuff that transpired with them getting that quarterback, paying him $1 million to come there.
And then
UNLV, they're undefeated right now, so they're another Group of 5 team. Let's see.
Louisiana, hang on, go back up there.
Sorry.
Louisiana, how'd they do?
Oh, they beat McNeese.
They bounced back. Okay, good. Yeah, McNeese. It's a small school in southern Louisiana. Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing else.
Okay, so let's see what you like about next week.
Skim through it. Don't know much about Arizona, so we'll see that. This is Friday night. So just a couple games there. Let's see. Looking at Clemson and Georgia Tech. That should be a really good game. Georgia Tech's undefeated right now, but Clemson didn't look so good this last week.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. He should be concerned, that head coach. Definitely.
Yeah. So let's see here. Wisconsin, Alabama. I mean, sure. Alabama should win that one, but Wisconsin is 2-0. Let's see here. If you guys see anything big, Penn State. I mean, they're the team that's not playing bigger teams. But how they're number 2 right now, I don't get it.
Pop your mic real quick. It's gotten muffled. Just pop it. Wake it up.
Hello.
There you go. You're good.
I don't understand Penn State at being number 2. They play the shittiest fucking teams. I mean, they're going to get a chance to show in like 2 weeks. I think they're playing a good team. I think Oregon.
Yeah.
But I mean, my God, I hate them being at number 2 just because they played.
Highlander agrees with you completely. He does not believe in these. We saw how many guys that were lower ranked in the top, the few top 10, top 20 matchups we had. How many of the lower ranked teams beat the upper ranked teams in week 1? I mean, you can't go by those rankings at all. You have to look at who they're playing.
Look at it. Nevada, FIU, Villanova. They got Oregon in a couple weeks, but then
We'll find out.
UCLA awful, Northwestern awful, Iowa has no offense.
Oh my God, they don't play.
And then Ohio
Wow.
State. So I mean, they're gonna be at least 6-1 by the time they play Ohio State, just because of their shitty schedule. So
Oregon might jump up and bite them, but
but the game of the week for me is going to be Georgia and Tennessee.
Yep,
for sure.
That's going to be great.
Great matchup there.
3:30 on ABC.
Yep. Just going to skim through this. Pittsburgh and Virginia. I don't know if these teams are going to be great this year, but that might itself be a good game.
Yep.
I'm sorry for your raging Cajuns.
Oh my gosh, Missouri. Yeah, gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
don't go to sleep on them, John. Them guys like to throw some pepper in the mix, okay?
And this is on the CW, Joe. This Florida and Miami. Give it a
There
watch.
you go. Yep, CW network. CW's going to have some good games. They are.
Yeah. Ohio and Ohio State. I'm probably going to try to tune in for that, but it's on Peacock. I don't think I did Peacock this year, so I don't know if I'll be watching that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Arkansas and Ole Miss. This was going to be a good game, but then Florida got a stinker. But Florida and LSU, so who knows?
Well, they're going to be looking to bounce back, and LSU did not drown the Tech Bulldogs last night, so
this will be in Death Valley, so
Yeah, where dreams go to die, no doubt.
And it hit prime time too, so it's
Yep.
Texas A&M and Notre Dame. That should be a pretty decent game. I hope Notre Dame destroys them, gets them out of the rankings, so we never have to see them again.
I do too. Yes.
Vanderbilt and South Carolina. This might be a really good game here too. I'm liking that one. Duke and Tulane might be a really good game.
Wow, yeah, that'll be a good game. No doubt about it.
That one. Navy's got Tulsa. Let's see. Texas State and Arizona State might be a decent game. With Arizona's probably going to follow the rankings since they lost to an unranked team, or at least low, in the 20s.
It's going to be lowered. They'll probably be in the 20s. Yeah.
But Texas Tech is, looking to do some stuff. So that's about it for next week. And week one, I think, just set the bar way too high. But we're going to
it did because we got a bunch of cupcakes
games,
in the second week.
Yeah, once we get more into the conference game, this shit's going to be over. That's when it's going to get really good. So
that's when the rubber meets the road, man. That no doubt about it, for sure.
Definitely hyped.
Yep. Well, thanks for that report, man. I appreciate it greatly. Guys, I'm actually watching college football this year, and I'm enjoying it. But I don't like the blowouts. I'm with you on that, Knock. I can't stand those things. But mostly, I had a good time watching them. The thing about it is there are so many games. You can flip between the games early and decide which one you want to pay attention to. And that's what I did yesterday and enjoyed every minute of it. Of course, I watched every second of Oklahoma. My brother was like, "What games you got?" I said, "I'm locked in on the Oklahoma game. Sorry, bro. I'm not switching the channel on that one." But
I had to yell at Joe because he kept putting in because I do YouTube TV, so I'm always behind when someone's watching it on TV, on cable or whatever, or local TV.
Yep.
So I'm always at least 10, 26 behind. And he's like, "Oh, what a great pass!" I'm like, "Shut up, Joe."
Yeah,
I'm trying to watch the game.
But now I got my brother to text with, so.
Text. I just need you to not hit the send button until 20 seconds later. That's all.
I try, man. I try. I don't know how long the delay is sometimes. But anyway, thanks for that report, man. Okay. The NFL season kicked off this week. And it started with a game in Philly where the world champs were hanging their championship banner. At the expense of John's beloved Kansas City Chiefs. They hung their banner and they beat the Cowboys, but it was a strange game to say the least. First of all, let's address what happened at the beginning of the game. Their best player on defense, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles, their question mark all season is going to be their defense and how they play, because they shipped off so many players and kept everybody on the offensive side. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do.
Well, they did keep Braun, so.
Mm-hmm. They kept their best linebacker, and they kept, of course, they kept Jalen Carter because he's still under his rookie contract. But Jalen Carter, their best defensive player, spits on Dak Prescott right before we have an injury on the opening kickoff, okay? So there's a little bit of time. Dallas is in a pseudo huddle, and Dak Prescott steps forward and spits at the ground in the direction of Jalen Carter. And you can tell by the video that Dak is like, he's kind of egging him on, and sure enough, Carter takes the bait, walks over there, says, "You spitting at me?" And Dak, of course, said something colorful to him, right? And he spits at him, and the ref is standing right there, and the man is ejected. Their best defensive player, their defensive game plan has to do with him blowing up the backfield, and it was on for Dallas after that. They were going up and down the field on the Philadelphia Eagles.
And, stop the run like defensive tackles do.
Right, yeah.
Stop the
You
run.
know, I mean, no. None of that was going on. It was, wow, it was bad. But I just, they always catch the second guy. You just can't, even if Dak was actually egging this guy on, which I don't know if he was or not, but it sure looked like he was with his attitude in the video. You can't take the bait, man. What is this guy thinking? What did you guys think? I mean, Knock, what did you think of it when it happened? I mean, we were texting back and forth, and I said somewhere Bill Romanowski is smiling. Because he was known to do that to guys when he played for Denver and the Raiders.
Well, I mentioned that South Florida game where the Florida defender spit on him, kept the drive alive, then won the game.
Yeah.
That guy was ejected too, so they're not playing around with the whole.
Well,
they keep doing it, so it's cool.
I hate to say this, but they need to be thrown out because I don't know if you guys understand this, but that's considered assault in civilian life. You can get arrested for that shit. So it's not a cool thing to do. No. I don't know, man. I just think you're an idiot for even. If you're going to play professional football, be a professional and don't let these people get to you. They're going if you let that get to you, you're gonna mess up everything for your own team, and they did. I mean, now you want to talk about bad defense? Let's talk about the Cowboys on the other side of the ball. They're missing number 11. Okay, that's just all there is to it.
If only they
not
had
as bad as
somebody
we thought they would be, though. I mean, that clearly wasn't it. They got back there a few times. They stopped the run relatively good.
Right.
I mean, looking at like videos beforehand, everybody was thinking that Hurts was going to have like all day back in the pocket. So I don't think that quite to that level happened. But no,
in the first half, it was. They made an adjustment in the second half. I kept telling John they need to. When you were done watching, I was telling John they need to rush 5 and just keep him in the pocket. And they started doing that in the second half. They started sending a blitzer and keeping him in the pocket. But in the first half, buddy, he had all day back there. Their lane discipline was for shit, and he ran for 2 touchdowns. Easy ones.
I'm really glad I didn't stay up for that, too, because of that weather delay.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's another thing. Weird game, guys. It was a weird the way it went. The weather delay, that was the score. When the weather delay started, it was like with 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
They
all of a sudden
went out there and
the rain delays. These guys tighten up. It's hard as hell to stay loose once you've cooled down, and it showed, man. It really did on both sides of the ball. They were having a hard time moving it. I thought the Cowboys made good adjustments in the second half defensively to try and hem up Jalen Hurts because he was having his way in the first half. My God, man, he was just running up and down the field. And of course, they focused on Saquon, and Saquon didn't have the greatest game. He really didn't, because the Cowboys, to their credit, like Knock was saying, they weren't as bad as we thought. They did better stopping the run. But, boy, they had no answer for Hurts pulling it down and going in the first half. They really didn't.
Well, they stopped it until they didn't.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But anyway, that's the way this one went. What do you bring away, first of all, for the Cowboys? I don't think there's an adjustment period without Parsons, but I was listening to, they were talking about the last game they played against Philly in Philadelphia, and they got the same number of sacks and everything that they had with Micah Parsons on the team. So I think there's going to be an adjustment period, but I think they're going to be okay. I don't think their defense is the strength of their team anyway. I think it's their offense, and their offense looked good to me. It really did. Of course, George Pickens, now, he was catching balls, but he didn't. I think, Dak leans a little bit more on CeeDee Lamb when it's crunch time because he knows him. But once again, we saw George Pickens be an idiot. He gave Philly, or he hurt his team on a what was it? Something happened. He grabbed somebody's face mask and friggin' threw him. And I was like, dude, you can't do that shit. What are you doing? He's a mental pygmy in my book. I thought it was an idiot move for them to get him. But, hey, they want more. They're obviously going offensive side, trying to get more stuff for Dak. And I thought Dak played good. Knock, what do you think about the Cowboys going forward? Do you think they're going to do okay this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll be fine. The offense is still. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's not going to do that every game. I don't think.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Right. I hope not, too.
No, I genuinely think he's going to be fine. I think the offense is going to be fine. I think they found a gem in Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
It didn't work out with us, but I think for them, what they were doing, I think it worked out really well. And going forward, I think it'll be just the same. I think he'll break off a couple more than he did. But other than that, no, I thought the defense did better than. I mean, yeah, you're right. In the beginning, Eagles were kind of having their way with them. They made good adjustments. So I mean, it's going to take some time for them to gel. They got two pretty good cornerbacks, so maybe put some more guys in the box, kind of thing. Try maybe leave them more man, maybe, I don't know. Let them do their thing on the outside and just keep it all inside and go from there. But I think the Cowboys will be fine.
Yep. What about you, Andy Reid? What do you think?
I think Dallas will be okay. They're still going to be Dallas, though.
Yeah.
As long as
win a lot of games and lose the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That pretty much.
Well, I think it's the circus that hurts them. There's too many distractions outside of the locker room for this organization, and it's all because
they have an owner that's very demure, very calm. What's not to like?
That's who lost that game for him.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
It was. No kidding. He put a lot of pressure on the team. He did. Yep.
They needed to buy some stickum gloves for CeeDee Lamb, though.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I still think that would have been the greatest thing if Dallas won this one. I mean, he would have been.
Me too.
I would have been so unstoppable.
I was pulling for him. I was. It's a shame. Now the world champs. Look, they got to tighten the defense up, and I'm sure it'll be better with Carter. I mean, it's amazing what a good pass rush will do. But he was running their drag route. We're talking about the fastest guy in the NFL, Worthy. And he didn't run that drag route shallow enough. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, which one of these guys screwed up? And I'm going, well, wait a minute. It's got to be the younger guy that's in his second year. Kelsey's run that route how many times, and he wasn't really getting manhandled either. So I have to imagine Worthy didn't run his route shallow enough, and he wasn't looking. Yeah. He wasn't looking in Kelsey's direction. Got totally blindsided by friendly fire, and that really changed the dynamic.
He was watching Mahomes for the ball. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, and you got to watch where you're going in traffic. And
dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, blew his shoulder out, and he was gone for the game. He left with a towel on his head, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, he separated that thing. I'll be son of a bitch.
It's just dislocated. It wasn't separated. So,
okay. All right.
He'll be back next week with a brace.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it totally changed the offensive game plan.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell. Pacheco looked good. I mean, I don't know what it is about that guy. He looks like he's built like a wide receiver, but people bounce off of him. I'm amazed every time I watch him run.
He runs like Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, he does. But he's not built like that. That's my point. And he must have really dense bones or something because people bounce off of him. It's ridiculous. But yeah, the Chargers. Hats off to Herbert. He had an over 300-yard passing game. He ran. That one play that got called back, John was like, well, it wouldn't have happened without that hold. And I'm like, that hold has nothing to do with the fact that he was guys were bouncing off of him and he was staying on his feet,
Man, I did say that, we blew the we blew tackling there.
Yeah, but yeah. Hey, look, you know Harbaugh. You know what he brings. He brings that tough running game. But here's the thing.
Herbert was throwing.
Yeah, they were throwing. They came out throwing.
Hell?
They subverted expectations. They came out throwing, but it was play action. They played off of the fact that they were looking for the run, and it was really effective. It really was. It messed them up pretty bad.
Yeah, Spags. It's got to be Spags' worst game.
Yeah,
in a long time. He couldn't get a handle on it. Although no excuses, but Tart should not have been in the game.
Tart,
Chargers player.
I'm clueless. Tell me.
He threw a haymaker at Kelsey.
Okay, so, like I said, I didn't see the whole game. I saw most of it.
He threw a haymaker at Kelsey and didn't get ejected.
Wow. He threw a punch and didn't get ejected?
Yeah, because it was open hand, they said. It's like, I don't care if it's open hand or not. You throw a punch.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Chiefs not getting a call.
Damn it, son.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I thought we got all the calls. Yeah. No.
What the hell's going on?
There's more than that. There's times we got mugged that didn't get called, so I don't want to hear anything about we get all the calls.
No, you're still going to hear playing.
Well, yeah, look, like I said, losing Worthy at the beginning, I think a lot of the game plan was going to go through him because Rashid Rice isn't there. So, they've got to make adjustments and come up with different game plans because their best receiver isn't even on the field.
And Hollywood Brown is not the guy.
Well, no.
Juju did all right.
Yeah, Juju. I've always liked Juju Smith-Schuster.
I haven't. I didn't like him in Pittsburgh. I thought he was just another one. He looked like he'd be really great in the Oakland Raiders wide receiver room. These guys that are trust that can't catch, right? But yeah.
By the way, didn't Devontae Adams? Amari Cooper signed with the Raiders and then retired.
Signed with who?
The Raiders.
He went back to the Raiders and then said, "No."
A couple weeks later, he was like, "I'm hanging him up." He was done.
I'm done.
That's because Pete made him compete. He didn't want to work so hard. Yeah.
He took one throw from Geno Smith and went, "No, I'm done."
Wow. All right. Anything else we want to talk about? Wait, before we go anywhere, I got to ask, what did you think about it, Ron? What did you think about this game and how you feeling about these guys? Because you're going to have to face both of them.
Well, the Chiefs are 0-2 in 2025, which is great. It's a great start to the year. And I mean, I don't know. You know what else? You know what we didn't talk about, by the way, which needs to be mentioned. My man, Quentin Johnston.
Yes! In the offseason, I don't know what he did, but he learned how to catch a football. Holy shit.
It was a fake out. He was dropping them on purpose. So he wouldn't. That was the whole plan. You see, that offense is crazy, man. Because you got him, you got Ladd McConkey, he's today's Wes Welker. That
and
guy
then don't discount the old man coming back that Herbert had built a chemistry with when he was
Allen back.
Early in his career.
Just reliable. So that offense is.
I don't know how many times we left Keenan Allen open. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, John,
don't leave the old man open.
John, that's how we feel about Kelsey. How that guy gets a 30-yard touchdown by himself is like. He's the only guy they have to catch. Like,
it's argument. The argument's there whether or not he's the greatest, tight end ever. But
he's not the fastest, not the strongest.
But here's the thing: he does better than any tight end I've ever seen. He can work a zone like it's nobody's business. Crazy. He knows where the soft spot is, and he will get there. Yeah,
and even if you have a safety on him, he's liable to still beat him. But I mean, I still feel like anytime that the scheme allows him to be free and not on man-to-man with somebody at least, I think it's just wrong.
Yeah, but we were playing Keenan Allen marshmallow soft. I mean,
They were. I saw several times he was wide open, man. Yeah.
Well, that's because Quentin Johnston was taking the top off of him, so they had to play back.
Look, their offense looked good, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I will say
and that rookie running back didn't look bad either.
Yeah, Harmon.
Yeah.
I think his name was. Yeah, he looked really good.
Yep.
I saw him getting drafted really high, but I was like, I don't know anything about the dude. So
I picked him up as my backup. Running back.
You know, this year I made a decision to stay away from my division players, other than my own team, so I didn't have to root for them.
Right.
I spent so many years.
That's why I
rooting
quit
for
playing
Phillip Rivers.
friggin' fantasy football. I hated fucking rooting
I only
for
did one
receivers I
fantasy
hate.
team this year. I only did one, and it's with my company. So you know, if I win, I get free stuff, and if I lose,
Right.
no biggie. But so yeah, and I was like, you know what? I have 3 Broncos players on my team, so I'm all in on Evan Ingram, R.J. Harvey, and Sutton. So,
I've got 2. I've got Kelsey and I've got Worthy.
oh no, did you start Worthy?
No, I did not.
Oh, why not, John? Why didn't you start Worthy, John? He was your main guy.
Well, I'll tell you.
Forget to
why.
set him because it was Thursday. You forgot to set him.
Oh no, I had my line set.
We don't need to see your line, John. Just say what you have.
I forgot.
Okay.
He's looking it up so he can.
Joe doesn't
look.
like to talk fantasy too
No,
much,
it's
so let's
fine.
move on.
It's fine. You guys can talk fantasy all you want. I'm going to go ahead and get started covering the
Yeah.
games. But I will say this. The 4 teams we saw early this week, the season is not over for the losers. And the winners, Philly on offense looks tough, and so does the Chargers.
Yeah.
But the Phillies defense, you guys need to practice up. They've got to work on that, no doubt. Their
I feel
friggin'
like
secondary is not good.
Tackle in the center there. I think that'll really help him.
Yeah.
My wide receiver
Maybe
one
not spit on anybody
CeeDee
else.
Lamb and
Right?
Justin Jefferson.
What's that?
CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. That's who you got?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I put AJ Brown in the wide receiver tight end /
Ah!
spot.
He didn't see
Yeah.
anything in that game. He
I
really
know.
didn't. Yeah.
You got. I
didn't.
think someone else in my league had him. He had 1.8 points. I think.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. He didn't see a ball.
Even CeeDee Lamb got me 20 points.
Yeah, I
It was
I
all
should-
run. It was all
I should
run.
put-
There was a few passes that he hit, but and God love him, Jalen Hurts is he's starting to grow on me as far as quarterback because
That's
my
what I
gosh,
got
when he
as my
does throw
QB.
it, he hits you deep and he knows how to throw the deep ball. He's really good. And Tim says he's back, and he says I sent you a website that you should pin here. It's what games are playing in your area. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that before.
I mean, it's not only his area that matters, though. Tim.
Right. No,
Yeah.
you silly ass. It's a way to look up all the games in your area, you goof. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with anything else about the 2 games we saw, other than the fact
No,
that
it was a good start. Good start to the season for sure.
Yeah.
they were both close. They were
Yeah, they were
blowouts.
both games.
I think
They're
that's
good games,
that's
yeah.
always a good thing when you have
Yeah,
prime time
it's-
games that aren't. They weren't boring.
Nope.
You know, there was plenty of great plays on both sides of the ball. And so no, I thought they were a
It's-
good start.
It was a disappointing loss.
Mhm.
But the thing is, that's the thing about an Andy Reid game. They're going to fix what was broken.
no doubt. Like I said, the season is not over for that team. No doubt. They lost.
they're gonna-
They lost on opening weekend last time. Opening game, they lost by a point
Yeah.
to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they still went to the Super Bowl. So, hey,
We still went 15-2. So,
right. They only
and one
lost
of-
one more
one of
game the
them-
rest of the season.
and
Well,
one
2.
of the
Was one of them the Chargers?
No, one of them was you.
Was it?
'Cause
Oh,
Broncos.
the last game of the season.
Yeah,
last
Right.
game of
the
the season
game
because
you
we
guys
didn't
should have
know about
won.
that.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, we crushed them. Fuck
Yep.
their second.
Yeah, the one we
their
didn't play
backups
any
suck.
starters at all.
Yeah. Right.
Backups are terrible.
There you go. There you go.
Even the Seahawks backups beat the
I'm
backups.
sorry. I'm referencing the game that they should have won. The earlier one.
Oh, the one with the field goal. Yeah,
Oh,
we
my
should've won that one,
God.
too.
Oh yeah,
You guys had them in that
You guys should have won that one. Honestly,
Yes, absolutely. Okay, first game we're going to talk about this week. This is your Sunday slate. We're talking about starts
it.
here in about an hour. We've got Tampa Bay at the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I've got to tell you, I almost picked the Falcons in this. I know, Tampa's offense is going to do what it does. Their defense is decent, but I really can't wait to see Penix and what he can do with this offense, especially if he continues to throw to Pitts. Right, Knock?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to. Well, I don't have him starting this week, but I know. I pictured that too. With Pitts, it's like you have this freak of an athlete, and they just never throw him the damn ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's silly, man.
Maybe he's just terrible. Maybe he's just a terrible.
I have got to. Let's see. I'm going to get a piece of paper real quick, because I got to get you guys' picks.
Yeah, I got to pull mine up. I already have my picks set.
I know you do. It's just I've got to get your stuff written down for posterity here. And I need a pen, but I have pencils out the gang over here. I'm always ready to write or do something. Okay, so we're starting with Tampa Bay at Atlanta. And like I said, I picked Tampa Bay because, hey, they've got one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, plus a great supporting cast.
Godwin's not going to be in this game.
Who?
Godwin. Chris Godwin.
Yeah. Chris Godwin, one of the pieces that's the supporting cast. What's wrong with him?
Oh.
Do you remember? Okay. Well, it's fine. But he's not. He's a game time not going to be there. Okay. Gotcha. Still
QB, so
Look, it's the division champs, the 4-time division champs now. Ever since Brady came here, they've had a lock on that division. And that's really weird because this division used to change hands every year. You never had back-to-back champs in this division. But Atlanta, they've got all the pieces, guys. They've got all the pieces. And the one thing they were missing was a pass rush, and they kind of think they fixed it last year when they picked up what's his name from New England at the trade deadline. What is that pass rusher's name they got? I can't remember, but they're hoping that fixed their pass rush. I just think on opening day, the experienced team that's been here and done that is going to prevail. John, what do you think of this one?
Well, last year, remember when we were talking about it, I said that they're going to need a year to gel.
Yeah.
Well, they've had a year to gel, and I'm picking the Dirty Birds.
Okay, all right. He says I'm going to take Atlanta.
I think Penix is going to show everybody why he's a better quarterback than Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Look, I'd love to see it. I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan.
They're a better quarterback than Caleb.
That's true. But everybody sings praises of Caleb Williams like, oh, he's like the end-all, be-all.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have this. He just doesn't have that.
Yeah. One of the one of the things I hated seeing yesterday was they were showing the recent quarterbacks for Oklahoma, and they showed Kyler Murray and Caleb Williams. I'm like, really? Okay, whatever. Spencer Rattler too. Another guy that left.
Oh, Tenmu Mahomes.
Yeah, right. Okay, Ron, your take on this one?
I'm going to stick with the Buccaneers. I kind of agree with the experience side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Falcons will be fine throughout the season. I think they're going to have a slow start, though.
Yeah. I picked them as a wild card. I think they're going to challenge. They're going to push the Bucs. I think the second game against the Bucs this one's going to be good, but that second game against them, once they've got some wins under the belt, it's going to be really good. Okay, the next one we've got here.
But we'll make sure to give John his props next week if they pull it off.
Yeah, right? Yeah, for sure. You kidding me? I'd love to see it. You know what I mean? I'd love to see something new, because it's been Tampa all the time in the South here lately. So.
Let's just hope that Tampa's not up by 28-3. Let's just hope that.
Right? God. Okay. Yeah, and they'll come storming back. Okay, let's see. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow and then Bengals. Joe Burrow, who hasn't played in the preseason last couple of years. He played in the preseason this year. That guy wants a fast start this year. They're going in against the Cleveland Browns. Joe Flacco, the first game of the Flacco Sans.
Again
for this year. Yes, the Flacco sauce continues.
Teamwork.
This one,
Quarterbacks go to die.
I'm trying to remember who I picked in this one. I think I picked Cincinnati in this one.
Well, no, this isn't the Raiders.
That's
right.
true, yeah.
Wide receivers are included there too, and running back, pretty much everything.
Yeah,
But
it's just
the
players
Browns
go to die.
Now the Browns can only get a good draft pick every once in a while, and then they let them go
Yeah,
when they're doing good. So
unless their name's Myles Garrett, then they just lock him down and keep him.
yeah, they just keep him forever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go ahead, Knock. Continue your analysis. Of
The one thing that scares me is the Bengals' offensive line. Right, that's been their Achilles heel
there it
for
is.
everything.
Yep.
You got Myles Garrett, going against that offensive line,
Mhm.
but I mean, you got the best wide receivers, in the league on your team. We'll see what happens. I mean, you got Joe Flacco who's going to be reliable. I don't know how good the Bengals defense is, so I'm still going with the Bengals with this one, just because I don't think the Cleveland Browns can.
Well,
keep
they
up with
have
them.
their best pass rusher. They locked him down.
Yes, so they
paid
do.
him.
So, and Joe Flacco's not going to move it. I mean, he might surprise you sometimes with a couple of runs, but for the most part, he's going to be in the pocket going from there. So he's definitely not going to run away from anybody.
No.
Burrow is definitely going to have to do all year long. But I'm going with Bengals.
Okay. John, what's your take on this one?
Well, I got to go with Bengals.
Yep.
Just because the Browns are the Browns.
Yeah.
And are the Browns that are Browns.
Yeah. It's just completely. I don't know if they even know what they're doing in the head office. I don't know.
You got to give them credit though on bringing Joe Flacco back.
Yeah, that was the smart thing. Well, they didn't have any real.
That's like the best
quarterbacks.
thing they could. That was probably the only thing they can do to salvage anything of this season.
Yeah.
Just because of what he's done there already before.
And I think you guys agree with me. Probably the best things they've done for their football team is keep Myles Garrett and keep Stefanski. Really, you're right. It's the front office that's messing things up for this football team. Stefanski has been saddled with the Deshaun Watson debacle, and it's still lingering, and they're still hurt from it, and he still has that team competitive. Yeah, we're all picking Cincinnati, but Cleveland could easily jump up and bite this team badly. And it's because of the coaching of Stefanski, really is.
I think they still got Njoku, I think is still there.
Yep. Njoku is still
they got
there.
Jerry Jeudy, I think is still there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got some weapons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and I had to think about it for a second. It wasn't just like, I'm just going to go with the Bengals because they're Browns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're right. The Bengals O-line is, well, we got rid of our turnstile, and there he sits.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Tim. Especially when you're talking about Cleveland, the head office, that's dirty. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if whoever their player personnel guy is and their GM, they really need their head examined.
As not a masseuse there, that's all. That's all.
Right. Keep the masseuses away from the building in Baltimore and Cleveland. Okay, please.
yeah.
All right. We're all on Cincinnati with that one, guys. Let's see who is next on this. Go round here. We've got the Miami Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts, boys and girls. My wife's beloved Miami Dolphins. I got to tell you, I think this is the year it falls apart for them. I don't think it's going to happen today. Of course, Daniel Jones could actually come out here and actually, have that playoff game he had, for the Giants that got him all the money he made over the last few years. But I just don't see it. Daniel Jones is going to do what he does. He's a human jugs machine. The only thing that the Colts can really rely on is Jonathan Taylor. I mean, he's consistent. They're going to get a good ground game out of him. But
Pittman's a good receiver, too.
Yeah, he is. He is.
He had kind of a down year last year, though.
But who's throwing him the ball? I'm just saying. It's but Miami, I think they're going to win today, but I think you're going to see over this season. First of all, we can't count on Tua. I think the Tua experiment is over this year. I think the head coach is probably gone. This team, their you want to talk about a front office that's scatterbrained. Their owner usually isn't there. He's a Learjet owner, so it's I'd love to see him get somebody like a Dan Marino to run this team, but they haven't done it yet, and the future is not bright for this team, I don't think. Ron, what is your take on this game in particular?
Yeah, I can't trust in Daniel Jones, so I'm just going to go Miami and leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing else to say about this one?
Nope. I got something going in the oven, so I'll be back.
Gotcha, man. Go ahead. John, who you liking this one?
I'm actually going Colts.
There you go.
Why. First of all, there is no, the Miami Dolphins run defense is practically non-existent.
This is true. They're built to stop a pass. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Jonathan Taylor's going to have a heyday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's going to run all over them.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you've got toxicity going on in that locker room on the offensive side.
Yeah.
Because
you do.
Got players that want out that have been open about it on Twitter. Going,
yes.
Hey, I want out of here. Basically, they don't come out and say I want out of here, but they drop they do memes that show.
You're talking about Tyreek Hill, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When your biggest weapon says you suck, it's
bad.
Yeah.
Look. I look at the Dolphins and I see a dysfunctional organization right now. I really do. It's one of the worst situations I've seen in the NFL in a while, and we've said it several times. Winning starts with ownership and works its way down. And he, like I said, he's a Learjet owner, and he, I think they were headed in the right direction whenever they got this head coach, but I don't know. He just seems like the kind of guy that needs to. He's one of those guys that's a great offensive coordinator, but I don't think he's a head coach. I guess that's what it boils down to for me. Okay, so we're all you are the holdout of our bunch, going with Indianapolis. But hey, I would love to see it. I think Daniel Jones gets a lot of hate because of his play. But he's a good guy. And I root for guys like that. I hope he can have good games and not make mistakes, but.
I think he's learned from last year.
Mike Vrabel is walking the sideline of the New England Patriots. The Patriot way is back. Win or lose, we're going to play tough, no doubt. Looking forward to it. I heard he got his nose bloodied during friggin' practices this year in the preseason, breaking up a couple of guys.
Yeah, I think he was in on a fight.
That's awesome. I love it. He's got these guys chomping at the bit to get fierce. I love it. We all know what he did for the Titans. The New England Patriots have a good quarterback that they can build with. I think they've got Diggs still too, right? Didn't they get him?
Yeah, they got him
last year.
Yeah.
So they've got some weapons. I like the running back. I like him a lot. But can he turn the defense around? Can he get back to the Patriot way? We're going to find out today as Vegas comes to town. The new look Raiders, who are probably still going to be at the bottom in your division, but they're going to be there just because Pete Carroll is coaching them. They're going to be a tough out for everybody because they're not going to give up. That's for sure. You guys remember Pete's first year with the Seahawks. They had an old Matt Hasselbeck and Marshawn Lynch, and they beat the Saints in the playoffs. Just raw stick-to-itiveness. You know what I mean? That's what he's going to bring to that team. Geno Smith is under center. He brought him there as well. And we know they've got a really good pass rusher in Crosby, and they've got a really great tight end in the making. Can't remember that kid's name, but you guys were always chirping. Yeah, that's it. This is his second year, right? I don't see him slumping. This is going to be a good game. I think, it's a rivalry because of the snow game. We all know that. It's the game that started the Patriots dynasty under questionable circumstances. The tuck game and the tuck rule and everything. Great matchup. I can't wait to see what happens in this one. I'm definitely going to have my my NFL Network on so I can see the highlights from that game right there. I'm looking forward to it. John, your thoughts on this one?
Well, I hate the Raiders, obviously.
Of course,
We
yes.
all do. They do have some shining spots. I don't think Pete Carroll's got it anymore. I don't think he's got the touch he used to have.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with the Patriots because I like Mike Vrabel. He used to be a Chief.
Yes, he started with the Chiefs. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was one of us. So I've always got a soft spot for him.
Yep.
He's defensive minded, which I always appreciate,
Yep.
as you can tell from my college football games.
Yes, absolutely.
I kind of like Drake May. I think.
Yeah.
I think New England's got a good O line that's going to keep Mac Crosby out, and I think Drake May's gonna hurt him.
Okay. Ron, what do you think on this one?
Well, I did hear that the Patriots just signed a QB called From Frady. So you were talking about the Patriot way. I think he might recapture that somehow. But no, I'm actually also going with the Patriots. I also have no faith in the Raiders and the Pete Carroll experiment. That team is just it's a tax write-off for the NFL this year because they're in California. So that's just how I treat it.
No, they're in Vegas.
Oh, you're right. They're in Vegas. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not in Los Angeles anymore.
Right.
They're in Las
Yeah.
Vegas. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of bets going on there.
Yeah, when they
Yikes.
came back, the Mafia came back to Vegas.
Look, man, I don't even like sports teams being in Vegas. That's a whole discussion for another day.
Yeah.
But, the fact that Pete Carroll doesn't have it anymore, I don't know about that, though. He's one of the most energetic 70-year-olds you'll ever see. The guy has no quit in him, so.
I'm not saying he has any quit. I'm just saying I don't think he has the touch he has.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. Last year, I saw Geno Smith play in Dallas' stadium in a game where neither team played any defense, and he lit those people up. So that guy still puts the zip on the ball.
Yeah, but he's not. He's facing Grable's defense.
Yes, he is. That's the question.
He doesn't even have Amari Cooper anymore. I mean,
That's the question mark to me. Yeah, right? They don't have Amari Cooper. Damn it, what are they going to do? Go ahead.
When the player you drafted comes in and goes, yeah, I'm not going to play with this guy anymore, so I'm just going to retire. That tells you something.
Well, Amari is kind of a diva himself. He might not.
Yeah, he is.
He might not have wanted to work for a living, and Pete makes people work for a living. So
That's true.
Did the Raiders draft Amari Cooper? I thought the Cowboys drafted him.
No. They signed him from the
right.
Raiders. Yeah. That was a matter of fact. I think that was a trade. Didn't the Raiders trade him to
They
the
traded
Dallas
Amari
Cowboys?
Cooper to the Cowboys.
No,
but
anyway,
he started out a Raider.
He did start out a Raider. He was drafted by them. Straight out of Alabama. Okay. Next up, we have got the one that our state is worried about. The Arizona Cardinals are coming in to face the new look Kellen Moore New Orleans Saints. And just throwing it out there, I don't think Kellen Moore is going to be judged off of this season because quite frankly, they were counting on Derek Carr to play this year, and he retired. So, I think this year's a wash for Kellen Moore. But what's going to be interesting to see is if Spencer Rattler improves under Kellen Moore. We saw what he did for Jalen Hurts. Got him a Super Bowl ring, and Spencer Rattler's the same kind of quarterback, but he's just not as strong as Jalen Hurts. He's the kind of guy who can pull it down and run. But can he improve his accuracy? And I think that's what Kellen Moore really did a really good job of with Jalen Hurts. He really improved his accuracy throwing the football. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think New Orleans is going to win this game. I think Arizona is going to win it because Kyler Murray is much more experienced, and I really believe that he's decided to put the video games down during football season now. So I think they're going to do better.
Didn't Call of Duty coming out with the game soon?
I don't know. Arizona fans, you need to be on the watch for that. Check that out. Check their website and see when it's coming out. Ron, what do you think of this one, man?
Well, I'm definitely going with the Cardinals on this one. What I want to see happen is what should have already happened, but I'm hoping that the Saints will do so bad that they will go and trade for Jameis Winston like they're supposed to and should do. Or get anybody else. This is not the quarterback room you want. And they still have time. They have several weeks before the trade deadline to get somebody. Just go get somebody. Trade them out.
I was thinking Kirk Cousins myself. That's what I was thinking.
I don't want to see Kirk Cousins anymore.
Well, I'm just saying somebody with experience, man. Yeah, you're right. Jameis Winston. Why Jameis Winston is not playing in this game is bizarre to me.
Someone must have pissed him off to make him leave. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it has to do with that one play. You remember when you remember the what was it, a fake kneel? Was that what it was? That he did on his own?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? The coach didn't tell him to do it, and he did it anyway? I think that has a lot to do with it, but you know what? Coach. He was out the door, I think, before Kellen Moore got there. I think. So, why he's not playing in this game? Trust me, my brother would love it if they signed Jameis Winston. He loves the guy. He thought he was the best.
You probably won't win as many games, with them, but you'll have fun watching him sometimes.
No doubt.
30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions is a real stat with him.
Yeah, it is, and it's for a reason.
I think it was like 5,000 yards too.
Yeah, for sure. He's talented. But you've got Arizona in this one, John. What do you think?
Well, we got the inch high private eye versus Tenmu Mahomes.
That's awesome.
But I've got to go with Cardinals. The irony is, this is guess who's doing a pre-game analyst for the Chiefs Chargers game on YouTube.
Who?
Tyrann Matthews, Derek Carr.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And Tyrann Matthews kind of hinted that if the Chiefs called, he'd go back.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Wow. That's amazing, man. Well, I'll tell you, I like the Honey Badger, man. He's pretty cool.
I do too.
Yeah. Tim says, inch high private eye. I got that one. yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Look, DeMarco Murray, God love him, he got a bad rap because of them. His second contract, they made him, they put a stipulation in there that he had to study film.
Yeah.
That's bad. If you have to tell a player that, then
did you say DeMarco Murray?
Did I say DeMarco Murray? I meant Kyler Murray. If I did say that.
Out of the league for a while.
Yeah, I know. Those Boomer Sooners stay in my head, man. But anyway,
the reason why he's a Sooner fan.
Yeah, no doubt. I get my Murrays mixed up every once in a while. Okay, next up, this is another game I'd like to watch. I really would. You've got quarterbacks that were playing for the other team last year, playing each other, and this is going to be a fun one to watch, man. I really think we're going to find out a lot about the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers being on the team. We're going to find out a lot about a guy that has turned around my opinion of him, Mr. Fields over there in New York. He's going to be the starter for the New York Jets. I don't think people are expecting the Jets to do much this year. I really don't, but they've got that wide receiver Garrett that is it Wilson? Is
Wilson.
that his last name? He's very talented, but you know what? He needs to be producing. Everybody said, well, he's got a lot to learn. He's got a lot to learn. Well, he's been in the league for what? This is his 4th year now, I think. It's time for him to put up or shut up. Pittsburgh, they're a great. You want to talk about a great organization? It's that one. The Rooney family knows how to run a football team. They don't. Ron continues to let everybody know that Tomlin never has his team below 500. Never does. So they're always in the mix. I picked them to win the division this year. I think that they're that good. Without a quarterback, they make the playoffs. I think with a decent quarterback, they're actually going to do even better in this division. So, and it's simply because they're always tough on defense. They really are. Tomlin's a defensive guy. He always comes up with the answers. I picked Pittsburgh in this one. John, what do you think of this one?
Well, I think Aaron Rodgers is cooked.
Okay.
I don't.
He's going to cook? Yeah, I agree.
No, he's cooked. He's out to pasture. He shouldn't be playing, but he is.
Okay.
I think he's past his sell-by date.
Are you saying he should be in some hut in the middle of nowhere for 4 days in the pitch black? Is that what you're saying, John?
Total isolation?
It might help, but no,
Been there,
I'm
done that.
actually
Every year.
I'm actually going to go with the Jets.
The Jets. Okay, John.
I think
going
that-
on that limb. I like it.
I think the Jets have a better defense right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, because they still got Sauce Gardner. They've still got, Quinnen Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that Rodgers is going to, for the first game at least, because, I mean, he's I don't know. I just don't trust Aaron Rodgers at this point.
I mean, did he even play in the preseason?
No.
I don't think
he
so.
didn't.
No.
He didn't play a snap in the preseason.
Nope.
Not a
There you go.
one.
But I agree with you. I think Justin Fields has gotten a raw deal, and I think we're going to see how good he really is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, like I said, look, Pittsburgh was undefeated with him last year, and they pulled him for Russell Wilson. That and the fact that he went, I think he went to a military academy. I think,
yeah,
and that really turned my opinion of him around. I mean, Knock caped for him all the time when he was young with the Bears, and I was just like, I just don't see it, But after the way he played for Pittsburgh last year, yeah, he's not lighting the damn world up, but he's not making stupid decisions either. He's using his brain. So, I like that a lot.
I think the Jets are going to do better under Aaron Glenn and with Steve Wilkes as their
having an ex-player coaching them, kind of like the Vrabel situation. I think it's really going to matter to the players. They'll buy in a little easier. Ron, what do you think of this one?
I'm cautiously optimistic about the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as cautiously optimistic about the Jets.
Yeah.
Just because I don't. You have one weapon, but excuse me. Other than that, I don't see a whole lot going for them. They do got Breece Hall still.
Yeah.
So they definitely still have some weapons. I don't know. This one's kind of a toss-up for me, but I'm still leaning Steelers. Just because, let's not forget, one little guy called T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
yeah.
Game wrecker. And you know what? It's early in the season, and he's been nicked up the last couple of years, but not until the halfway point or beyond. Early in the season, he shows up, no doubt about it. So,
And I'm not. I don't think they have a bad O line, but I don't think they have like the superstar O line they would need for Justin Fields. But I don't. Question is, can they double up on Watts while keeping the rest of the Steelers D out? And because I mean, they're going to do just like they treat Chris Jones. They're going to double him up.
Yep.
Every time, he's going to they're going to box him out. I don't think, TJ Watt isn't going to feed. I think he'll get there at least once. But
I think he's going to have a field day. That's most of the reason why I figure they're
no pun intended.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No pun intended. It's just a term I use, but yeah, he's going to eat some fields, no doubt about it, man. So, okay, next up. Go ahead. You got one more
we'll
thought?
See.
Yeah, we'll see. That's why they play the games, right, fellas? We will see. Another interesting one in two teams in the same division. Does anybody give the Giants a chance to beat the Washington Redskins? Or, excuse me,
Nope.
Commanders. I wish they were still the Redskins, but they're the Commanders. Does anybody give them a chance of winning this game?
Oh, absolutely.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, any given
Please,
Sunday.
do tell, Ron.
Now,
do tell.
I'm not picking them.
Right,
but
I know.
I like to play devil's advocate.
Yes, absolutely.
The Giants' defense, that Thibodeau is no joke.
Yes.
That line.
The strength of that team is their front line.
Now,
on
the
defense.
question is, can they get to Daniels would be the question. I think he can. That's why I think he's going to be able to do it, because I think he'll be able to escape it.
Mm-hmm.
So while that line is pretty good, I think Daniels has enough to get away from it, to offset it. And just get the ball out quicker and stuff like that. There's ways to mitigate the great defensive line.
What do you think they have in store with Deebo Samuel?
I don't know. I haven't heard the best things about his offseason, so I'm really not sure.
Now, by the way, guys, he lives in the area that this team plays in, so he hears a lot on local radio and everything. So
yeah, I don't listen to local radio as much as I used to since I got my new car that has Sirius radio. So I don't listen to it as much. But
you're still exposed to what's going on with that team.
The water cooler talk is definitely still Commanders and Cowboys. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You get one or the other. But so I don't know, and I think we got a bit of an unknown with the New York's offense, obviously, with the gazillion quarterbacks they have that are a bunch of retreads at this point.
Right.
So I think Commanders obviously have. I mean, it should be in the history of this rivalry. The Washington has always, a lot of times when they're the favorites, they always drop a dud.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the best time the Giants are going to have a chance to, upset them.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying I want to be shocked is basically my thinking on this one.
I got you.
But the Commanders
It's a division game. We know how these things go.
And especially between these two.
Right.
The Giants always, I think there was one, it's one of those things where it's like the Raiders, right? Or the Raiders versus the division, or what's your guys'? It's the Seahawks and what, the Cardinals?
It's the Rams.
Yeah.
Rams, that's right. The Rams.
No matter how good we are, the Rams got our number. It's just,
it's one of those things where no matter how good the Washington does and how bad the Giants do, when they face this team, they do good, like kind of thing. It's one of those kind of cases.
Yeah. But you're still taking Washington.
I'm still taking Washington. They should beat the brakes off.
John, your thoughts on this one?
I've got to go with Washington. They're just too good of a team right now. They've got a lot of pieces that they've been putting together. Now, I think they're a Super Bowl contender team? Not really. I mean, they're going to definitely give it a good go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got Von Miller now,
right?
Along with Bobby Wagner.
Wagner, the oldest team in the NFL, by the way.
That's right. The oldest geriatric crew.
It's the old men.
Yeah. They got the team that has to have walkers to get on and off the field.
That's right.
But,
bring your Geritol. Let's go.
But so I'm still going with the Commanders. It's just.
All right.
And I had to choke on that name, but
I understand. Yeah, I know. I keep wanting to call them the Redskins too.
I do too.
Okay, next up, Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos. Now, for me, not being interested in either one of these divisions or anything, my big thing about watching this game would be to see Cam Ward play football. I've not seen this guy play. Came out of Miami, right, guys? Isn't that where he played at?
Yeah.
And so he's going to start day one for them. Of course, I don't know. The Titans were kind of a pushover with Levis. it's going to be interesting to see with the new trigger man what direction that team goes in. But I don't trust their front office just because of the decisions they've been making over the last half a decade. When they shipped A.J. Brown out of there, knowing that Vrabel wanted to keep him and lost that coach, I think they really screwed up. He was the guy that got him the perennial playoff team, and then, they did that to him, and it was...
Yeah, Joe's not biased at all because of Vrabel.
No,
he's
not at all.
Not biased at all.
No. But, I mean, the Broncos, Ron, talk about your football team and how well they're doing with Bo Nix. I think it's amazing. I've got them as a wild card again this year, and I think that all arrows are going up for that team right there. I think Sean Payton is really starting to build something nice up there. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think the only thing that worries me about this team is that the weapons we have aren't good enough for a Sean Payton offense.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sutton's there. Sutton's it for sure. And then we really needed a tight end, which we got with Evan Ingram.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's a great pickup.
And then I think we're really liking what R.G. Harvey did in the preseason. Mm-hmm. We got D.K. Dobbins as a backup as well to kind of split carries with. So I really like our running backs. I really like our wide receivers. We ended up trading one away, Bailey, to the Saints. But we still got Franklin, who was at Oregon with Bo Nix, so there's chemistry there already. We got Mims Jr., who can take the top off of any. He did it against Buffalo. We didn't do anything else that game, but we got that one score to go up 7-0 in that playoff game. But our defense, I really like our defense. We tend to we're more of a bend and don't break kind of defense because we tend to give up some yards, but we get turnovers, we force field goals. So
one of the best defensive tackles you'll ever watch. Zach Allen is something else to watch. I enjoy watching that guy play.
And we got Pat Surtain on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely got some really good pieces to make a difference this year. My biggest concern, though, is after the first 10 plays with the offense.
Yeah, they do well scripted. Then we got to start calling them, right? Yeah.
So, and in the past, that was a hindrance, right? But when you have someone like Bo Nix who can run, and he can do offshoot plays, that kind of makes up for that, right? So that's going to be the key is when it's off script, can Bo Nix make a difference? I really like some of the plays that they did with the I'm always a fan of West Coast type of offense.
Yeah.
Where you run the ball. That's always the key, and that's going to be the key for here is what they do with the running backs. That's what Sean Payton is because play action.
Yep.
Can they do that?
Everything he does is built off the run. That's a fact.
So
yep.
While I do like our running backs, will that offensive line be able to do that? I say that's probably our weakest point. Is the offensive line. So that's where my worry is. But if that holds up, this offense could be fun, and the defense could be nasty.
Cool. Well, how do you think they're going to do today hosting Tennessee?
I think they're going to beat the brakes off of Cam Ward and welcome him to the NFL.
Welcome him. Zach Allen's going to say, "Welcome to the NFL, Mr. Ward." Right? Okay. Cool. John.
Zach
Thoughts about your nemesis and the Titans.
Okay. Now, I had them to be the number 2 in our division.
Mm-hmm.
Although my opinion may depending on how it looks this game, may change a little bit because the Chargers are.
They look solid, but that's one game. That's
one game.
One game, and yes, it's against the AFC champs, but. If you're going to get the Chiefs, you're going to get them early. And I think really them going to the pass is really what won the game for you because I think you guys geared up for the running game.
Go ahead. we were solid in the box for the run, but
right.
We didn't expect that out of a freaking Harbaugh game.
Let's get back to this game because we're up against the clock, brother.
Yeah, all about you, John.
Sorry.
Okay.
I like what the Broncos have been doing the last couple of years. They've been building something solid. I like Bo Nix. I think he's a good quarterback, and I think Zach Allen's going to go to the welcome to the football bitch moment for Cam Ward.
So you got Denver as well. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha, man. Yeah, look, guys, if you've never seen Zach Allen play, watch this game. You will enjoy watching that big man disrupt the defense. It is a lot of fun to watch. Okay. Next up, my boys.
And we just re-signed Nick Bonito.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah.
Don't even know who that is, but I'm sure you'll
Our
explain it to us.
linebacker. He's the one that got that pick in the versus the Saints when they tried to do the double pass.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Or was it the Raiders? One of those two.
Okay. Next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers, who I've picked to go all the way to the Super Bowl from the wild card spot to win it all this year. Going up to Seattle to play the Seattle Seahawks. Now, my defense is the strength of our football team right now. We did sign Sam Darnold, but until I see him play for us, guys, I know Minnesota pushed the Detroit Lions last year. I'm not an idiot, but I've got to tell you, what I saw on film, he was throwing to some of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and I saw so many balls that should have been intercepted last year that were actually caught and really hurt teams. He doesn't have that now. He doesn't have wide receivers that are going to bail him out. Smith and Jigba is going to do well for him. We know that. Cooper Kupp isn't going to last the season. Sorry, he's just not. He'll do well today, but he's not going to last the season. I'm just not optimistic about the Seahawks this year. I think we'll end up third in the division. We ended up second last year, which shocked me, but it was just because the Niners were beat up last year. Let's face it. They had a lot of injuries last year. It wasn't just McCaffrey going down. A lot of them went down last year. So I think the big thing for the Niners this year, it's their defensive coordinator being back. The Jets really screwed up when they fired this guy because he was the reason why they were in games. I'm having a friggin' senior moment. I can't remember the guy's name.
Robert Saleh.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you, Knock. I think that's going to be a big difference in their defense. Him coming back, he's a great defensive mind. And that's what everybody was worried about when they played the Jets anyway, when he was the head coach. So, bottom line, I think San Francisco is going to go into Seattle and beat us. The luster is off of the 12th man now in Seattle. It's not as big a thing as it used to be. Of course, my guys are going to show up and represent and everything, but I really think the opening game that San Francisco is going to go in and let the Rams know they're coming is what I think is going to happen. John, what do you think of this one?
Well, I got to go with San Francisco. I mean, they've got all the tools back. It's the beginning of the season. Nobody's hurt yet.
Yeah.
If this was later in the season, we'd have to see who's healthy. But I think 49ers are gonna pull this one out.
Yeah. And we're gonna see what the loss of Deebo Samuel does to that offense too.
Yeah. True.
Knock. What do you think?
Well, I am going 49ers mainly because of the defense and they're healthy. My issue with Brock Purdy is how well he did without his weapons. He does not have Brandon Ayuk. He does not have Deebo Samuels. He does have Christian McCaffrey. However, he is hurting. He is playing, but he is hurting.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's got George Kittle, who's starting to get up there. So he's still going to be good. But someone else is going to have to step. Juwan Jennings, I think, is their next guy up at wide receiver.
Right.
So that's really where it's going to be at.
Yep.
Well, the tight end position, they have like a longer shelf life than wide receivers do.
Yep.
Really? Catching all them balls over the middle? Yeah, sure.
Tight ends, well, yeah. I think it's just their size that makes them last a little longer, man. I really do.
They're
okay.
stouter than wide receivers.
Yeah, they are
usually.
built stouter than wide receivers.
All right,
Okay.
we gotta go rapid fire.
Yeah, we got to go rapid fire. Detroit Lions at the
Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
I'm
I've
going
got
Lions.
the pack to pull this one off. I really think that Detroit is going to be on the downslide this year. They lost both of their coordinators. I know they still got all the tools and all that good stuff, but I think, without the quarterback whisperer, I think Goff may regress a little bit. What do you think there, Knock?
Without Montgomery there, they're going to let Gibbs be free.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back.
Yeah,
Acknowledge it, Joe. Acknowledge it.
I'm excited. I love the guy. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Montgomery isn't there anymore? What happened to him?
No, I think they didn't re-sign him. I think.
Okay. All right. I just didn't know if he was playing for somebody else or what. But Gibbs, yeah. What's crazy about Gibbs is, he used to be the guy that was the lightning to Montgomery's thunder, but if you watch Gibbs play, he can run between the tackles, can't he not? It's kind of scary.
Yep.
Okay, so you got Detroit in this one?
Yes.
Okay. John, who you got? Packers? Okay. And,
On a night. I like it.
Well, don't forget, Mr. Goff is going to be chased all day today by certain number 1, I believe is the number he's chosen for the Packers. Okay.
He wasn't much of a factor last year.
Okay. Next up, we've got the Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Rams. Houston, let me tell you, man, those guys are loaded, but they just seem to keep running into the Chiefs in the playoffs, man. It's ridiculous. It just ends their season every time. The Rams, Matthew Stafford's got a little bit of a tight back. We'll see how well they were able to rehab him this week. I'm giving it to the Rams because they're playing at home on opening day and they're defending champs of the division. I think they're going to be playing well today. Sean McVay's a hell of a coach. What do you think, guys? Knock, you go first.
I'm actually. I forgot that I had done an upset pick. For me, it's the Texans.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this is really a coin flip. These are both talented football teams. They can blow up at any time offensively, But I think the defense. I really think the nod goes to Verse and his bunch, man. His rookie season was something else, man. John, who you got?
I was going to go Texans, but I've just got to go Rams. I can't. They're just too good.
Yeah, they are. They're really good.
Are they? Are they, though? They don't got Aaron McDonald anymore.
No, that's true, but they haven't had Eric McDonald last
year.
They
haven't had did you not watch Verse play last year?
Yeah.
I guess you did.
Pointed him out every other play, but no, I didn't.
Okay, next up. Tonight. A game that's probably going to this may end up deciding home field advantage throughout the playoffs in the AFC is on opening night. Wow. Ravens, Bills. I don't know if we could build this up any more than it's possible. Who you got in Orchard Park tonight, John?
They're playing in Orchard Park.
Yeah. So there's only one correct answer for this, John.
The Ravens.
Much as you don't like these guys.
The Ravens.
You're picking the Ravens. Okay. I got you.
I just can't. I can't bring myself to say Bills. Ravens.
Knock. Who you got, man?
I'm going to be a little bit more sane and go the Bills.
There you go.
Not because I really like their quarterback.
Not at all. It has nothing to do with that.
I really like their quarterback. But for me, it's home. Whoever's at home for this one. Yeah. And if this was at Baltimore, I would have picked the Ravens.
It's because these teams are both that talented. The home field advantage is what is going to be the thing that tilts it. It just is. I'm sorry.
I mean, I hope Lamar Jackson has a fantastic game, but still loses because he's my quarterback. So this is why I didn't want to do. It's funny. I do have Justin Herbert on my team, but he's my backup.
Yeah.
So I kind of went away from my plan on not picking other players, but he's only going to play during the bye week. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, the last game, and by the way, guys, I got the. If you didn't hear it in my voice, I got the Bills. I've picked them to go to the Super Bowl this year.
We got to because we still got one more game too.
Yeah, I know. We've got Minnesota at the Bears. Knock.
Minnesota.
I
don't care anything about the Bears.
So you think McCarthy's going to come out the gates firing, huh?
Yep. Right.
I think they're going to lean on the running game for him. I think they're going to go more of a Wolverine type.
I hope not,
offense.
because if they make Justin Jefferson get less than 50 targets in this game, it's going to be the answer is you're wrong.
Right. I got you. Okay. So, John, who you got?
Vikings.
There you go. Nobody's picking Caleb Williams, are they?
No. Caleb Williams is.
But the quarterback whisperer is there. I expect to see better things out of him. But, this is the first
crybaby.
game. We'll see.
Oh, wow.
We'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got to get, let's see. I guess I'll have to, let me pull this down real quick so I can
got you,
find
Joe.
it.
Put me in.
Do you? Gotcha.
And
You got me?
This is a really good game. Holy crap.
Let's check it out.
Washington
at
at Green
Green Bay. How?
Wow.
Is that our Thursday night
That's
game
the
this
Thursday night
week?
game.
Wow, man. Wow, dude. I mean, without seeing both of them. Oh, my God.
Just based off last year alone, this is going to be a great game.
Yes, it is. It's going to be a great game. This is the game where Micah Parsons may show up and really disrupt things, man.
Or Von Miller.
Or Von Miller, for that matter, right? Oh, my God. That's going to be a great game. I'm not picking this right now. I'm going to wait.
We pick on Thursday. But
Yeah. Well,
talk
I'm
about
not
it
doing
on
that.
Sunday.
We'll pick on Thursday, and we'll talk about it next week. But my gosh, boys and girls.
Games are starting.
Yes, the games are starting, and we're going to get out of here, boys and girls, real quick. Before I get out of here, though, I do want to let you know about a couple of things that we're doing this week. Tomorrow morning on Military Monday, we're going to be doing Dances with Wolves at 10 a.m. Central Time, so come tune in for that because it's got the late, great Graham. Oh, my gosh. I'm having a senior moment. But
Literally
the Indian,
right there on the screen. There,
yeah, he's literally right there on the screen.
I mean, his name is.
Yeah,
literally-
Graham Green. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got my camera covering that part of the thing, man. You can talk smack about me all you want, but sometimes I just
all
mess
the
up.
smack down.
Anyway, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then, of course, you guys tune in tomorrow afternoon for Eternal Champions. Or I say tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening, I'm going to be playing Eternal Champions. Finally get to show you that, guys. So look forward to that. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.